Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a lovely mid-2000s D series white gold Rolex Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona. This is reference 116519, and it is in what the industry would call gray gold with Meteorite dial. We'll talk about both in a moment. Basic sizing, 40 millimeters in diameter, 12.2 millimeters thickened from lug to lug, 47.6 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. I'm often asked, can you swap between bracelets and straps on Rolex Daytonas that include one or the other? Yes, you can, but it's a little bit more involved than just swapping out the strap. That said, there are aftermarket suppliers that make straps. If you want to stick on an aftermarket strap in this size, you can find one that is specially built for these watches. Now, we'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. And the watch is extremely comfortable. It's also extremely compact. You can see it's short, it's flat, it'll fit underneath the cuff. It could be a dress watch, though it is a sporty timepiece, and it's suitable for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, and I've seen it done. It could be a man's watch, it could be a lady's watch. I've seen both enjoy Daytonas. Now, the strap is a nice piece. As you can see, it's a light brown calfskin strap, contrasting stitch, sheer cut sides, very thick cut. You can see it's also blended with the case band via a white gold insert that's used on each flank to prevent the look of an unfinished gap between case and strap. And as you can see, this is a Rolex Geneva factory strap in brand new condition. We have the old style strap Daytona clasp, which is made of gray gold, just like the case. It has a clamshell lock, but if you want to make fine adjustments here, you have several divots drilled, so you can use your strap tool to move the spring bar and change the anchoring point of the strap inside of the clasp for fine-tuning the fit. You can see all of the relevant details internally. And we talk about the case. Rolex makes every part of a watch, including the case, and Rolex uses what's called gray gold in the industry. It's an 18-karat white gold alloy that's white all the way through. It never needs to be rhodium-plated like cheap white gold does. The difference between this and rhodium-plated white gold, though, is that this is a little bit warmer in color. That's why it's called gray gold. It doesn't have that blindingly silver-white flash of platinum and rhodium-plated white gold. Here we have screw-down crowns and chronograph pushers, the little double flanking small dot and the large center dot, the little triple array with the large center. That actually means you're looking at a gold triplock crown. Every Rolex crown is signed, so you know what you're looking at. 100 meters water resistant. The watch has a tachymeter scale with wonderfully intact lacquer. A lot of times when these wear down in use, the lacquer gets wiped out of the bezel. Here you can see not only is the bezel razor sharp, but so is the lacquer infill. And you can use that tachymeter to gauge the speed of an object, such as a race car over a kilometer. Let's not forget that the Rolex Daytona is the official winner's gift for the winning driver in each car, in each class, at the 24 Hours of Daytona each January. That's not NASCAR, that's IMSA sports car racing, and this watch is probably the single most prized trophy in all of motorsports. The dial is made of meteorite, so the dial's made of iron, and Rolex takes the meteorite, it shaves a sliver, creates a little medallion in the shape of the dial, and it oxidizes it to create these unique crystalline patterns, and then it freezes and preserves the pattern, because you know iron oxide, rust, is reddish brown. Well, this is all silver. No two are exactly alike, and the Widmanstätten patterns are permanent, so they will never fade. It will never turn rusty red or brown. We have applied Rolex crown and white gold Roman numerals. We have white gold baton hands at center, and then the chronograph seconds hand, as well as the sub-register hands, are all varnished red with polished chapter rings for each sub-register. We have a solid case back, Oyster case, inside Rolex manufacturer caliber 4130. Bidirectional automatic winding. It has a 72-hour power reserve. It features stop seconds, so you can halt the seconds hand and synchronize to a reference time. It beats away at 8 beats per second, pivots on 44 joules. It has a combination of a column wheel for operating the chronograph, so you get that crisp feel and sound. And then it has a vertical clutch, so there's a seamless engagement, and there's no jump to the chronograph seconds hand when you start it up. Also, with the vertical clutch, you can leave the chronograph running if you want to have seconds at center. There's no additional wear and tear to the watch. Now, what else can I say? Well, it's very shock resistant, as this was the first Rolex automatic movement to use a rotor bearing for shock tolerance compared to the previous jeweled staff. It also has a full balance bridge and a free-sprung index for shock tolerance and precise adjustment in the case of the free-sprung balance wheel. It is adjusted in 5 positions as a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, and although the hairspring didn't become blue until about 2007 into the Z series, every version of the 4130 has the parachrom anti-magnetic alloy on its Breguet overcoil hairspring, which makes it both anti-magnetic, and thanks to the handmade overcoil profile, it keeps very even time in any physical position with respect to gravity. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this COSC Swiss chronometer certified chronograph.